Welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom Mwe, and it is exciting to be here always as usual. Well, today is quite different because we're talking about academics. Yesterday we talked about relationship, and of course we had an amazing guest who joined us yesterday. And of course today is another day where we bring you more juicy information for every woman out there. Of course, starting from a girl child, it's very important to keep this locked up. Okay, if you want to join us live on our to watch this program live, you can just go through our YouTube channel, which is Galaxy TV News, and also you can watch us live from Galaxy TV News on Facebook. Now, these two platforms are where you can watch this program live. Like I said, Galaxy TV News on Facebook and on YouTube. That is where you can watch us live. And of course, if you do not have a TV set beside you, you can actually join us. You can be part of the program by actually downloading Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Just type in Galaxy TV and download the app, so you can watch every live program, not just Women's Corner, every other live program. You can watch it live from there. You're welcome again. Well, today is something very interesting. We're talking about the true value of education for women. And of course, it's something that is very important because at some point, growing up as a child, we always hear the story that female children do not get to, have to study in universities. It takes a whole lot for them to allow a girl child to study till university or even go further into doing her master's. But here we are, a lot of people have gone beyond that, have been professors, doctors, and of course are still climbing higher. If there's any other ladder to climb. So we're here to actually make you understand the true value of education, not just the four walls of a school, but even outside of a school. Education is very important. Anyways, like I said, we have an academician who will be talking to us today. But before I introduce my guest, usually we go for a tip. So the first tip we'll be taking for today is 10 ways to empower a girl child at home. Trust me, the first education any child would have will be from the house, from your community, from the society, before you even get into school. So here it is how you can actually train your girl child from your home. Now, this is just 10 ways. There are a lot of ways you can do that, but this is just 10. So let's quickly watch 10 ways to empower a girl child from our very home. And of course, when we'll come back, I'll introduce my guests and we'll start talking about the true value of education for the girl child. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
10 ways to empower a girl child in the home. Girl child empowerment has become a buzzword in our century, but it has certainly been there long before the word was coined. It was there in the early days when only a few of our ancestors went against norms to train their girl children in schools and resist child marriage. But even in this modern age, when gender empowerment is no longer a foreign word, a lot of gender stereotypes, most of which started infancy, still exist that limit the potential of young girls. Here are a few ways to raise a girl child into a strong, independent and capable woman that you can be proud of. 1. Access to quality education. 2. Access to equal opportunities. 3. Eliminate gender-based violence. 4. Access to sexual and reproductive health services. 5. Feed their innate creativity and leadership spirit. 6. Avoid portraying gender roles. 7. Avoid paying gender-specific compliments. 8. Avoid making activities gender-specific. 9. Same rules, same standard. 10. Be a good role model. Kids learn by watching you act than they learn from what you say. With these in mind, always remember to act on what you say and say only what you mean.
Alright, welcome back. Yes, those are the 10 amazing ways to train your girl child at home. The education starts from the house, like I said. Okay, so guest for today is Dr. Damilola Abraham. She is an academician and she is a petroleum engineer. She is an academic mentor, a lecturer, a fitness coach, and a hair DIY enthusiast. Okay, can we have Dr. Damilola on the screen? Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Dami. It's good to have you. Oh, can she hear us? I think she's freezing. Oh, while we're waiting for Dr. Dami, please, this network thing, I do not know. The weather sometimes will not be really helping us with this Zoom, but hopefully it will be favoring us. Okay, so while we try to wait to get Dr. Dami back on set, let's quickly go for another tip. And this one is 10 tips for raising a confident child. Now, it takes a lot to be a girl child. It's another thing to have a confident girl. Trust me, a confident girl can get into any room and make a stand, can make a difference amongst everybody, can sit before kings and of course before queens. Once she's confident and she knows what she's doing, she knows the onion, yes, she will be able to do that. Now, if you want to be that girl, trust me, you're grown up, you're an adult, a young adult, you're a teenager, you're still growing, you can still be confident. Here is another way you can help yourself to actually be confident. But for mothers, this is basically for you. This is just another way to grow a confident child and make sure you stick by her all through, especially fathers too. Also, let's watch this and we'll be right back. Of course, by then, Dr. Damilola Abraham, her network will be back and she'll join us on set. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
And tips for raising a confident girl. Girls usually start off life at full steam. They're the early talkers, the social butterflies, the A students. But somewhere between preschool and middle school, a confusing blend of new societal pressure, greater expectations in the classrooms, and mixed signals from society. Here's what you can do to build your daughter's confidence and reliance for the tricky years ahead. Encourage assertiveness. Teach your daughter to express her needs to adults and stand her ground with her peers. Be specific in your compliments. When you tell your daughter how smart she is, it means much more if you use concrete examples. Tell her you have a very good memory. Make your praise match reality. A third grader will know that she's not a musical genius or the best artist on the planet, but she will appreciate it if you notice her improvement from one month to the next. Help her understand why she sometimes gets left out. Explain to your daughter that if she isn't invited to every birthday party, it's not meant to be an insult. Explain that when another child say, "You can't be my friend," it probably has more to do with that child's bad mood than it does with your daughter. Encourage competence. Don't be too quick to help your daughter with homework or chores. If she asks for help, ask her to try working through it for a couple more minutes on her phone first. Encourage her to play sports if she wants to. Girls have more sporty options than ever before. If she wants to, give her a chance and get in the game and find out what she's capable of. Don't decide which sports are right for her. She can figure it out herself. Don't make assumptions about her strengths and weaknesses. Just because your child is a girl doesn't mean she'll struggle with fractions or that she will ace reading tests. It also doesn't mean she won't want to go fishing or try out for Little League. Follow our cues to best nurture her strength and work on improving her weaknesses. Encourage a healthy body image. Prepare her for sexism. Point out positive female role models.
All right, welcome back. You're watching Women's Corner. Can we have Dr. Damilola Abraham, please? Thank you. Okay, hi, Dr. Dami.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Good morning. It feels good to be here.
Good morning. It's so good to have you. You know, I got scared for a bit. I was like, oh, please, I hope this network will not do what happened to us the last time. But I'm happy you're back. I'm happy you're back. Okay, so first of all, I want you to share your story because it's rare to see a woman say she's academian or she is an academic mentor. Trust me, a lot of women do not want to open their books. They just want to probably finish university and just be done, then do the business or be the housewife or have this baby girl lifestyle. So please, what is your an academician and an academic mentor? We would love to hear where the passion and the challenge and the success came all from.
Hi, okay, I'm Dr. Damilola Abraham. I'm a petroleum engineer and I'm an academia. I'm a lecturer. I have been in this line of career for a decade now, for about 10 years. So I've always loved sharing knowledge with people. Right from secondary school, I conduct tutorials for my classmates, even up until the university. I organized tutorials for my classmates. So teaching came to me naturally. And then I graduated from the university with a very good degree in chemical engineering. Then I got a fully funded scholarship to do my master's in petroleum engineering. And then I worked in the oil and gas industry for a while, but because of the passion I have in education, I had to go back to school to get my PhD in petroleum engineering. And that's how I found myself in the classroom. I have been teaching, I have been mentoring students both at undergraduate and graduate level.
So what exactly happened? How did you get to know that you love books? Because from every indication, from all you've been saying, it's been over a decade. Trust me, I love books too, yeah, but it
Yeah.
would take a lot of nerve for me to call myself an academician. So how did you get to know that you love books and you just love teaching, and if you do not do it, you feel like you're not doing something you love? Do we have Dr. Tammy? Oh, go ahead. Network. Okay, let's take a break here. Let's just take a break here. And when we come back, hopefully we have Dr. Dami. Let's just take this break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
10 ways to empower a girl child in the home. Girl child empowerment has become a buzzword in our century, but it has certainly been there long before the word was coined. It was there in the early days when only a few of our ancestors went against norms to train their girl children in schools and resist child marriage. But even in this modern age, when gender empowerment is no longer a foreign word, a lot of gender stereotypes, most of which started at infancy, still exist that limit the potential of young girls. Here are a few ways to raise a girl child into a strong, independent and capable woman that you can be proud of. 1. Access to quality education. 2. Access to equal opportunities. 3. Eliminate gender-based violence. 4. Access to sexual and reproductive health services. 5. Feed their innate creativity and leadership spirit. 6. Avoid portraying gender roles. 7. Avoid paying gender-specific compliments. 8. Avoid making activities gender-specific. 9. Same rules, same standard. 10. Be a good role model. Kids learn by watching you act than they learn from what you say. With these in mind, always remember to act on what you say and say only what you mean. A confident girl. Girls usually start off life at full steam. They're the early talkers, the social butterflies, the A students. But somewhere between preschool and middle school, a confusing blend of new societal pressure, greater expectations in the classrooms, and mixed signals from society. Here's what you can do to build your daughter's confidence and reliance for the tricky years ahead. Encourage assertiveness. Teach your daughter to express her needs to adults and stand her ground with her peers. Be specific in your compliments. When you tell your daughter how smart she is, it means much more if you use concrete examples. Tell her you have a very good memory. Make your praise match reality. A third grader will know that she's not a musical genius or the best artist on the planet, but she will appreciate it if you notice her improvement from one month to the next. Help her understand why she sometimes gets left out. Explain to your daughter that if she isn't invited to every birthday party, it's not meant to be an insult. Explain that when another child say, "You can't be my friend," it probably has more to do with that child's bad mood than it does with your daughter. Encourage competence. Don't be too quick to help your daughter with homework or chores. If she asks for help, ask her to try working through it for a couple more minutes on her phone first. Encourage her to play sports if she wants to. Girls have more sporty options than ever before. If she wants to, give her a chance and get in the game and find out what she's capable of. Don't decide which sports are right for her. She can figure it out herself. Don't make assumptions about her strengths and weaknesses. Just because your child is a girl doesn't mean she'll struggle with fractions or that she will ace reading tests. It also doesn't mean she won't want to go fishing or try out for Little League. Follow our cues to best nurture her strength and work on improving her weaknesses. Encourage a healthy body image. Prepare her for sexism. Point out positive female role models.
Tips to increase your value. Focus on your own growth. You have to be committed.
All right, welcome back. Yes, I guess we have Dr. Dami. Can we just put on the screen already? Okay, Dr. Dami, thank you for coming back again. Hopefully the network will stay. Okay, so let's just go over to what we're saying. I asked a question. I said, how did you get to know that you love your books, you love reading, you love to teach? Because why I'm saying this is maybe there are some young girls out there that would probably want to be like you, would want to become an academician, and somehow, you know, they might not know that that is the passion or that is the drive, and they should toe that line. Invariably, sometimes they could just switch over. So what would you say is the thing that we need to see in ourselves as a woman that would tell us that we love books, we love academy, or we want to be an academician, we want to be a mentor to people who are studying? I don't know if you have a good response to that. Dr. Dami? Can we have Dr. Dami on the screen? Okay, it's like the network is still pretty bad. Okay, let's take a breaker then. I hope we'll not take a breaker all through this program. I don't know, the weather, it's kind of chilly outside, so maybe that's why it's not favoring us today. But let's go on a short break, and we'll be right back, of course, to continue with Dr. Dami. We need to hear a story. We need to know if maybe I'm also going to be an academician tomorrow. I do not know. But let's quickly go for a break. We'll be right back to the studio. To Women's Corner. Stay with us.
Tips to increase your value. Focus on your own growth. You have to be committed to your own personal development. Ask yourself truthfully if you're really committed to your own personal growth. If you are, keep at it and develop yourself every day. If you are not, you should start committing yourself to your own growth. Read, learn, get trained, take risk, do things that help you grow in wisdom, knowledge, understanding, relationship with people, the results you command, etc. Sharpen your skills. There is no human being without a skill. You need to discover your skills, after which you need to sharpen that skill. The only way to sharpen that skill is to put it into practice. Put into practice by using it as a point of value to other people. Skills are valuable. Work harder on yourself. Always strive to be better than you were yesterday. You need to go to work on yourself. If you change, everything will change for you. You may change companies, you might change tactics, strategies or mentors, but you are always the constant and you will still be there. Strive to become a better person instead of comparing yourself with others. Set growth-focused goals every year. One key to growth is to set goals. It would help if you had short-term and long-term goals. These goals can range from what you want to accomplish this month in your job to what you are striving to achieve long-term in your career. Follow your passion. Make sure you are doing what you love, and this may mean big change in your life, but embrace it and try to move forward. Remember, change can be a fool to amplify your journey. Sometimes your passion isn't actually your career and work life, that's fine. Just as long as you try to spend as much of your energy possible on things that you care about. Savor the enjoyment brought by things that you have a passion for. Self-care. Treat yourself well. Feel beautiful and be powerful. Get a manicure to treat your beautiful nails and give your confidence a boost of vitality and gorgeousness. Take time out of your day to look after yourself. And we know that you are busy. Taking care of yourself will mean you spend less time in pain, less anxious, and overall less sad. If you look after yourself, the rest will fall in place. Live a healthy lifestyle. Eat well and exercise. Doing so will give you the extra energy to do the things you love and to be the most beautiful, positive person you can be. Gotta love those endorphins. But this healthy lifestyle also means taking care of those nails too. So eat lots of berry fruit for your antioxidant and dark greens such as kale and spinach for enough iron.
Okay, all right, welcome back. It's good to be back again after such a long wait. Okay, yes, Dr. Dami. Oh, you're shaking your head. Apologies. But it's good we still have you. So I'm just going to go straight to the question. No side talks. Now, how do we know if I'm going to become an academician, if I'm going to become an academic mentor, how will I know that this, like, what are the things I will see myself do? Or what are the things places I'll find myself that will make me know, okay, this is who I want to be, and how do I brush up that part of me to be, like you? And I think you should use your story, your experience to share that so that people will be able to, relate more with your experience.
Yeah, so you have to have the passion. Passion is first. You have to have the passion. Books. You have to love reading. You don't want to shy away from work. You have to be hardworking. So that for me is my story. I've always loved reading. I've always wanted to know more about something. I've always pushed myself to be a better version of myself. So even after I had my first degree, I still wanted to know more. I still wanted to, be a master at something. And then I went for my master's, and then I had to be specialized in a field, and then I had a PhD. So for you to be in academics, for you to thrive, you have to read, you have to research, you have to be able to share knowledge. You are not the type that would hoard knowledge. You would have to love teaching, you would have to love impacting people.
Much for that. Okay, now for those that I don't know, was there any challenge you had before you became who you were? Because so honestly, the way you're making it sound is as if it was just that easy. I do not want to believe it was just that smooth. So what are the major challenges you went through but you were able to break through? And we would like you to share the challenge and how you were able to overcome these challenges, because some persons who would want to be like you understand, might be going through the same thing right now or about to. So they want to probably know how to go about it, so they do not, draw back or just let go of whatever career they are pursuing when it comes to academics.
Okay, I would first like to acknowledge my mom. At a very little age, she was always there for us, doing our homeworks, helping us with academics. So I actually picked that passion from her. And subsequently, as a woman, naturally we are burdened with the responsibility of running a home, raising children. We just have to strike the balance. So again, do not limit yourself. If you want to go into the academics and you feel like you're not good enough, there are better people, your counterparts, no, don't do that. I had challenges in the course of this journey. For instance, during the course of my PhD, I had my 2 kids, and it was so overwhelming. There were times that I would just want to give up, like, why should I? After all, I'm married, my husband can take care of me. But then I remembered why I started, I remembered the journey, I remembered where I was going to, and that kept me on. Hard work, resilience, perseverance, because it is not easy, especially in our world, engineering, that your counterparts are men that do not really have as much domestic chores, like they don't have to face domestic chores like we women. So you just have to strike the balance. You just have to remember why you're on the course and look at the bigger picture. So that really was what worked for me. I was hardworking, I persevered. I knew that, oh, I've already started this thing. Giving up is not an option. So basically, you have to be hardworking. You have to know that people are looking up to you. Like you can't give up. Okay, so that's really my story.
outside the four walls of school. Now, for people who do not, there are some persons who still do not really believe in, having to do further the education into masters or whatever. They'll prefer just once they are done with university, they stay there and go into skill acquisition, which is very important. Now, for a girl child, if you're supposed as an academic mentor, what would you advise a girl child to equip herself with when it comes to skills that definitely is one of the things that over time would never go into extinction? It will be something that will be very relevant. If you're supposed to give an advice to a child, maybe not even yet in school, maybe not yet in the university, there's still this part of waiting for JAMB results and trying to write JAMB. If you're supposed to talk to a child at that age, what advice will you give to her to be able to occupy her time judiciously before getting into university?
This is coming in the month of March where we celebrate girls and women, So education can be achieved in various ways. It can be in a formal way, which is within the four walls of the classroom, or it can be informal, basically by gathering experiences from our daily activities. So as a girl child, I would say, even if you do not want to go through the four walls of the universities, that does not limit who you're going to be in life. You can learn skills, you can be whatsoever you want to be. There are so many skills you can equip yourself with. It's a good thing we are in the digital age. There is the social media management, there is content creation that really sells a lot. There are IT skills. I mean, good programmers, some of them didn't even go through the four walls of the university or the college. So you can write programs, you can code in any language, you can networking, you can go into fashion, you can go into pastries learning, hair making. Just do not limit yourself. There are vast opportunities for the girl child. If you want to go into sports, swimming, football, just find something you have passion for, because again, there will be some time you would ask yourself, why am I even doing this? So passion is what will keep you. Passion is what is going to sustain you. Passion is something that will remind you of why you started. So find something you have passion for, find something you really love, and then build up on the skill. You can go to conventional schools if you want, or you can, there are so many websites, some are free, some are paid for, that you can acquire some of these skills. And then it's not just acquiring these skills and then dumping your certificates in your archives. You work on them, you see how to apply them, you see that you become a need in the society. You become unmatched, so to say, that if someone wants this particular thing, they mention, oh, that particular girl is very good at it. So again, do not limit yourself. It can be anything you want to be, even though you don't like the conventional mathematics, English, physics, chemistry. There are so many things you can learn outside the classroom.
There are so many things one can learn outside the classroom, which is very important. Now, if you're to, I know it's not easy being an academia, because trust me, most parents, I don't know if that has changed. You hear they always want their child to be a medical doctor, to be a lawyer. Even looking at you, when I saw your profile, I was like, petroleum engineer? Oh my world! Because trust me, I know the lecturers there can be very amazing. Let's not say something else. So I just want to ask you, how did you scale through that process? Because you see engineering departments, industrial chemistry departments, biochemistry departments, maybe not really computer science. They are more like, excuse me to all lecturers, my apologies, they are more like sadists. You understand? They don't smile, they stress you, you understand? So how were you able to still scale through, and you still have the energy to go back and do masters in that same department? Like, trust me, if I'm the one, I'll probably go for something else. But please just share, how did you go about it?
It wasn't easy. It's not like it was cheese and butter, but then it's a great hurdle. You had terrible sadist lecturers that would tell you, oh, A is for God, B is for me, But irrespective of that, we push through, and there is the support from my parents. My parents were not the, oh, you have to be this. They support whatever career you want to pursue. So I would want to appreciate my parents for that. And then, so I had great support system from friends. And then we were moving. If you're an engineering student, it's going to be hard for you to work solely, like if you're on a solo movement. So we were moving in groups. We had like friends who study groups, who conduct tutorials. So even if the lecturer has vowed that you're not going to make it, we come together and like, oh, what is this hard thing that cannot be done by, we come together and solve problems. It wasn't easy. And then me going back to academia, I wanted to, change that, cliche about, oh, lecturers are terrible. My students, I've lectured over hundreds of students, I've mentored over hundreds of students. You can tell, they can tell that I'm very approachable, I'm very friendly. You don't have to see a lecturer as a god or, oh, almighty, and you are not even, you're scared. Again, passion. Once you don't even have passion for this lecturer, scared of this lecturer, it becomes very difficult for you to even read and say you want to pass the course. So it's not, things are changing. It's not like we used to have it those days. Things are changing. Lecturers are more friendly, they are more approachable. So there's this, you really want to do well in the course, and it gets better, I would say.
Okay, last question before we go. Now, let's come from the angle of a fitness coach. Do you understand? Why did you toe the line of being a fitness coach? Because trust me, when you talk about an academician and you talk about a fitness coach, they are two different things. So it's amazing how women can be, multiple things. Trust me, on this program, I've seen women who are engineers at the same time. You hear their emotion. It just not just tally, because I feel like the timing is very different. So how are you able to be a fitness coach and still at the same time love your books? Please explain. Just tell me, how did you do it?
It came to me. I came to love fitness, especially during the lockdown. I just had my child, and then there was the postpartum, weight, and I didn't like myself. I didn't like the picture of what I was seeing in the mirror. So I developed the passion of being better, looking better, and maintaining a better health. And then I saw results. I mean, so if you look, I became like 5 years younger. I became more fit. I became more healthy, that I didn't even have to go to the hospital, make complaints of, trivial things like headaches and all of that. So I saw that I could use myself as a model, and see that a particular theory, a particular thing works on me. Why not encourage other people? I, form groups, especially for ladies, because I know it's a big problem for women, especially when we get married, we have children, we get to, put on weight. A lot of people become, they don't like their selves, they don't like their new selves. So I form groups that encourage women to be more fit, where we do a lot of routines together. We do challenges, like, okay, I create groups that this month we have to take minimum 10,000 steps a day, and then you have your initial weight, you have your initial measurements, and then after the particular challenge, you will check. So when women were seeing their results, they became so grateful, so to say, because some of these things, and again, mind you, it's pro bono. It's not like I was charging for it. I saw that this worked for me. Why not me use this medium to help other people? So that has really been my way around fitness, trying to see that other women too. I'm particularly interested in women. Sorry, I'm talking about women, but I saw that it's a big problem for women. You see, they become something else, like they're not happy, and then you see that most of it is tied to their new weight. They can't even wear clothes they used to wear. They have to use a lot of waist trainers, sock belly, and all of that. So, but with fitness, with constant trainings. You see, people are getting results. All those Christian mothers are disappearing. The flat tummy is coming back, even though it might not be as, at initial stage or before childbearing. But then that's again pushed me into fitness. Is something that I would say I cannot do it out. And again, people are looking up to me, and I cannot say no. I'm at this point of giving up. But it's a lifestyle for me, basically. So that's it.
I said that was the last question, but one more last question. Your profile, you said hair, do it yourself. Now, the first thing I saw, you said you can make. Is it that you can make your hair yourself on your head, or you can make people's hair? Which one of it? Both. Dr. Dami, what is going on? What is going on? Do you want to do everything? Okay, I love this because this is beautiful. Having to do everything together. What did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I say again, everything boils down to passion. About hair making, I didn't go to a conventional school to learn this. I picked interest. When people are making, I watch, how is this thing being done? And then grateful to my sisters that I could use them to practice. And every time I got better at this. And then the lockdown came again, where you couldn't even go to salons to make your hair. I was like, oh, I can really try this on myself. And then since then, it's been over 5 years. I made my hair myself. I made this hair myself, the one I'm carrying. So it's just fashion.
I'm wild. I'm flabberwhelmed, and there's no word like that. Actually, but this is amazing. You made the hair on your head yourself. I think I need to pick back my DIY yourself, but there is no time. This is amazing. Now, this is just to say, if Dr. Dami Lola Abraham can be an academician and still love her books and still be able to mentor people who want to, be passionate about the academics, and she still does fitness coach, and she makes her hair. She has time to sit down and make her hair herself. My darling sisters and women, what are you doing with your time?
Everything boils down to how you manage your time, how you manage your time, how passionate you are. You just have to strike the balance, okay? The family is there, work is there, your life is there. So you have to strike the balance. Do not leave yourself while chasing something, while chasing career, you forget yourself. So again, balance.
Okay, anyway, let me just take this and take it home. I don't know, I want to be everything, if it's possible. I want to be an academia, but not a petroleum engineer. Trust me. That department, I do not want to be part of that department. Probably just under your tutelage, that's when it is very nice. I'm sure in other universities, other schools, I know they stress them out. Anyways, that's it from Dr. Damilola Abraham. She did amazing well today. She told us a story, how she became to love her books and took it forward, became an academician. At the same time, she studied engineer, and of course she still became a mentor to people who want to love their books, and she makes her hair herself, and she makes for people. I don't know where she got that time and energy from, but kudos girl, you're doing it and keep doing it. And also, she is a fitness coach. Amazing. This is why we like women. This is why Women's Corner is here, because we want to support women, project women, and push every other woman to be more than what they are now, to be better, to be a lot of things in one. As I'm a presenter, but you don't know what else I'm doing. I'm not going to share. It's not my story. But anyways, like I always say, once in a while, if you want to be part of this program, you can go to a Facebook or YouTube at Galaxy TV News and type in the comment section, I want to be a part of your guest. You want to share your success story, you want to share anything with us, you're welcome on board. Anyways, that's it. Thank you very much, Dr. Damilola, for joining us on the program, being an amazing and a fabulous one with you. We love you. All of us from Galaxy TV will say thank you. And of course, we've come to the end of the program today. Tomorrow is another day where I'll come your way again, but until then, you'll still see me again pretty soon on the buzz. We'll talk about the state and the affairs of the country. Until then, to have a beautiful day for yourself. Bye for now.